Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for dinardata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
Fact or fiction? Some dinar sellers are being told they can no longer sell? MarkZ answer: fact. Some of the smaller dealers have had their supply and purchasing limited as to what they can buy at all. Yes. I have talked to a couple of smaller dealers that have had their access cut off, so they can no longer get it. They can no longer get dinar. So, is this important, or is this the US stopping dinar from getting outside and flowing to Iran? Here's why Americans can't stop living paycheck to paycheck. Quote, as of June, 61% of adults are living paycheck to paycheck, with little to no money left over. Almost 3/4. 72% of Americans say they aren't financially secure, and more than a quarter said they will likely never be financially secure, according to a survey by Bankrate. Now, banking changes forever. Discover how to double your purchasing power without changing a thing you already do in this 6-minute video. Sadani said he's not worried about the parallel black market. They have a mechanism which is about to be implemented that will down the dollar and make the dinar strongest. Frank, what? Good God Almighty. Holy guacamole. Iraq can talk about the WTO all the time and they can get excited about joining. But it's all hype until Iraq creates the conditions for them to be a full member. Currently, they are still 90% dependent on oil exports. Information is coming in. Most likely we'll see something on Monday. Now, it could be notifications. It could be the start of exchanges. Good news, Iraq and the US hold financial reform discussions in Baghdad. This little meeting not reported in the mainstream news tells us the US may be ready to help Iraq move towards significant growth in its currency. At least we hope that's what this meeting is pointing to. Instead of the President of the Republic, the Sudanese participates in the United Nations General Assembly meeting. Quote, the United Nations General Assembly meeting scheduled to be held on Monday, September 18, 2023. There is obvious motivation for him to move up his schedule up from the 20th to the 18th. Is there more to the story than meets the eye? He would have to be awfully motivated to move things along so quickly now. The USD apparently wrapped it up in Baghdad this week, and from the successes of those meetings that were ongoing, they may have allowed for the urgency of him to arrive in the USA. I like it. It appears to be the government of Iraq is seeking contractor bids for the purchase of machines used to count, sort and packet currency. EMO, that would be for the new currency in the lower denominations in the new small category notes. Frank, this is fantastic. Then an article comes out and says, this tender will be accomplished by October 22, 2023. October 22 is simply the time limit parameters of this tender. You think it's going to take until October the 22nd? No. There is one more requirement the WTO is asking from Iraq, and that is to change their exchange rate. That is what the WTO is waiting for. The clock is ticking. I'm fixed on a set time for today. Announcement of a tender for supplying, installing and operating counting and sorting machines and currency packing machines. Quote, the Central Bank of Iraq announces the conduct of a public and private tender to equip, install and operate machines for counting and sorting Iraqi and foreign currency, dollars and euros. Number 30, and currency packing machines. Number 4, machines for the Central Bank of Iraq, Kurdistan Region Branch, Erbil.